Both forward positions have evolved and become a little bit different.
You ever think, Kevin, about some of the great players in the 80s and 90s that had the skill set to do some of the things that we're asking of today's players?
Good point.
That might have been great. And I'm thinking like guys like Detlef Schrempf that were out there and doing things where people said, how's a 6'11" guy getting away with that? Well, now every 6'11" guy is getting away with those skills.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Draymond Green is out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then it's Curry. And it's Russell in at the 2. Now, here is Russell. And it's Green missing. Curry against Westbrook. Shoots over Curry. Keeps it alive. And Fareed kicks to Capela. Here's Westbrook. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Well, the defenses are geared up to prevent Westbrook from getting to that position, so he just goes ahead and takes it.
Cauley Stein finds Curry. Green in the post. Fareed defending. Green, no luck.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Now the pass to Curry. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
Good focus there from Steph Curry, muscling past the defense. Yeah, I said it, muscling to get the contact. Well, Steph Curry's quick release makes his three-point shot almost impossible, and then you add the fact that Steph can do it off the dribble. So anytime he gets somebody shifting their back foot and they're trying to recover, by the time they're halfway there, the ball's already off and on its way. So one of the quickest, one of the more devastating shots in all of basketball.
That's good from Stephen Curry. And Curry said in his training he speeds up his release to the point where it's uncomfortable. So in the game, for him, everything slows down.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, Kevin, his closely guarded three-pointers are just as accurate as when he's got a wide open three-pointer. No defender within 4 to 6 feet. He's knocking down the same kind of percentage. So the fact that Steph has the ability and knows to practice those sort of things speaks to just how much he's invested in the shooting craft.
And it goes out of bounds. The last touch by Green. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Floats one, and it's good on the way in.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Curry against Westbrook. That's tipped. Now here's Green. Not a lot of room. Pass to Fareed. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Kenneth Fareed, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
And the persistence shown by Fareed on every possession gets infectious.
All free throws good from Kenneth Fareed. Ranked first in assists for 4 consecutive seasons, Brent. Are these Warriors the best passing team in NBA history?
Well, by the numbers, you would say yes. Assist rates that exceed even the Showtime Lakers back in the early and mid-'80s. Also, this team has been first in offensive efficiency for 3 straight years. I mean, it's been remarkable. So not only the best passing team, but maybe the best offense of all time.
A guy who converts well at the rim, you like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
Now here's Curry. Russell from long range. Rockets with the rebound. Capela's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Harden on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Thompson.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
He hits both from the stripe. Brent, we're seeing shorter training camps. I don't know if it adds to injuries or takes away from injuries with fresher bodies. What do you think about that whole philosophy?
I believe that the shorter training camp did lead itself and lend itself to more injuries last year. And one of the things that I'm concerned with, Kevin, just on a physiological level for players, is that what they are doing to prepare themselves for the season as an individual player, working on your weaknesses and doing those sort of things, is not the same as getting into training camp and preparing yourself for your stamina, your endurance, and your wind. And I wonder if there will be some moves in the next couple seasons about trying to get off the individual training and get back to more of the endurance stamina training so that these little injuries are just not part of a season.
And the dunk by Capela.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Outside Russell, back to Curry. Outside Russell. Golden State moving the ball around. Green against Thompson. Clock at 4. Over Green. Rebounded by Capela.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
Now here's Green. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Can't hit from 12. 1:07 left to play in the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Down low. Here's Westbrook. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Westbrook's got his second basket of the game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Curry dishes to Cauley-Stein, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Gerald Green.
Eric Gordon.
.41 seconds left here in the first quarter. Outside, Green. Thompson against Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson left side. Over Gordon. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got his first 2 points.
I like it, Clay, working the in-between area and finding some gaps in the defense right now.
Curry against Westbrook. Lets a floater go. Good on the shot. Westbrook's got 6.
They're so good with making plays off of the bounce. So difficult to stay with them defensively.
And so it's the Houston Rockets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. The one goal they had coming into this game was to not let Curry beat them. And so far, their defense... Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. You know, we have a window. It goes by extremely fast. I cherish these moments. You know, I embrace them.
Never guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, Russell Westbrook out there with Harden. Then there's Gordon. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Capela in at the 5. Jerebko with it. Inside, Russell. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 8 points for him.
And happy to take it up inside. You see Russell under control and in charge.
Goes up from the top of the key. Harden's shot is off. Warriors trail by 6. Thompson looking for an opening. Pass to Russell. Fires the 3. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Rivers, he's checked in for Houston.
Substitution for the Rockets, Austin Rivers.
Rockets leading by 6. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got 8. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Here's Russell. Outside for Curry. Russell against Harden. Tries again. It's hauled in by Clint Capela. Capela's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Curry against Rivers. The 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Capela. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Capela's got his 2nd basket.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. There's so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but 2 of my favorites to watch.
Here's Rivers. The shot, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Here's Russell. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Russell's got 10.
Yeah, that's just working for the better shot. We always talk about in the NBA, good to great, great possession there.
Rivers kicks to Gordon. Here's Tucker. And it's off from 3-point range.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And here's the good thing about Clay. He's not just a long-range bomber. He understands efficiency. Just look at the numbers.
Rivers with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Here's House. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. 1:53 left to play in the first half. Curry looking around. Passes it to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Elbow shot is on the way. Again, Golden State.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half. He's been impressive shooting the ball during the second.
Gordon, the pass to Rivers. Capela kicks to Rivers. To the wing on the left. Tucker can't get it to go.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
And there's the pass to Rivers. Here is House, guarded by Curry. From deep, traps in the tray. He's got 5.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
He kicks to Russell. Over Gordon. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capela's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Rivers against Curry. Rivers finds Gordon. That 3 off the mark. Shoots from the high post, and Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Russell. 8 points for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, and you love how Russell keeps his eyes up, rarely misses a guy when he's free.
And so it's Houston, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A good-size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Joined by Steve Kerr. Coach, plenty of action in the first half. Probably too much for your point of view. What do you need to do to stop these guys?
Well, we have to contain the ball. Their penetration is leading to a lot of those three-point shots. So got to stay in front of the ball handlers and do a better job with that. But, you know, it's a long game. We like the pace. We like to play this way. And we feel like eventually our defense will kick in.
Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hello to the people, Shaq.
Hola.
Kenny's here.
Ni hao.
And we're analyzing the first half of action. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They've got the 7-point lead. And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, a more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
Well, it's never easy to play on the road, and the score reflects that. Just doesn't seem like they're well prepared for this matchup. Every time they tried to make a run, they got derailed. I think to refocus their efforts in the second half, they're going to need to play with a lot more determination for a chance to win this.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Russell is out there with Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. Lets it go from deep. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
That's Klay Thompson thinking the game out right there. Maybe it's in the DNA.
Klay Thompson came into this NBA with a well-earned reputation as a shooter, Brent, but did you ever think he'd become such a potent defender?
Well, I think it's something that he's worked very hard on, and his ability to cross-match. In the early part of his career, you know, Klay Thompson had to take the better scoring of the guards on those nights. It's shifted back, and Klay Thompson is a more well-rounded understanding not only of what he can do defensively, but more of what the opponents that he faces on a nightly basis are trying to do against him.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. Misses the three.
Yeah, they got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far, and they know they got to be better.
And it's good, 2 points.
Draymond Green around the rim trying to find a little bit of a window to get that ball up.
Rockets leading by 4. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Lob pass to Capela. And the dunk by Capela.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
Klay Thompson, another one of those sons of former players. I wonder what that's like. Michael Thompson, his dad, the #1 overall pick many years ago, and Klay had the ball in his hands, obviously, at a very young age, and he taught the shooting form to Klay, which looks pretty perfected at this point.
Some changes. Alec Burks comes in for Russell, and it's Livingston in for Curry. Here's Capela. 8 points for him. The three from Harden. Burks pulls it in. And despite all the encouragement from his father, Klay said he didn't envision a pro career until late in college.
Well, he certainly wasn't a top recruit coming out of high school, so here's a little trivia for you, Kevin. Alongside Luke Walton and his father, Big Red Bill Walton, Klay and Michael Thompson, the only father-son NBA duo with multiple titles apiece. I just got one.
And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Not sure, maybe the pressure of the moment got to him there. A really careless error that might ultimately cost the team.
And so Green will bring it up for Golden State, trailing by 2. Back to Livingston. Outside, Green. For the tie. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They've led by as much as 10. Westbrook passes to Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Harden's got 10.
I don't think the timing could have been any better, as Russell Westbrook does a great job of taking advantage of the defense.
Back to Burks. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. And Capela sends it back. Harden has a wide open look. No good on the triple.
He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Here's Livingston. And again, no good by Golden State. Houston leading by 4. Westbrook dishes to Harden. That one doesn't go.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
And it's in there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside Westbrook. Capela kicks to Fareed. The dish to Harden. Fires for three. Another miss by Harden.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
It's a close game here in Houston. The Warriors' Steve Kerr, the fastest coach in major American sports history to 250 wins. Brent, he gave all the credit to his players. But you talk about what makes him special.
Well, I think Steve just really timed it right in terms of when it was he was going to approach the next phase of his life, waiting for his children to be in a good place, waiting for him mentally to be in a spot where he was going to take over a talented team and put his imprint on it. His experience in Phoenix in the front office, teaching him about what it takes to move players around and make trades. Just a proper approach and the proper timing for Steve to take over a basketball club, and then to bring all of what he learned from Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson to the table, along with a lot of his own. And I think Steve thought long and hard and prepared himself on a lot of levels about what the job was going to be for him. We've seen that play out rather nicely in the last few years.
Shooting two.
The first one falls.
Klay Thompson is really a guy you have to respect with how even-keeled he is out there on the floor. Never too high, never too low, and very much in control of his emotions.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Clint Capela. And it's Gordon in for Gerald Green. And so Thompson nails both of them. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Thompson against Harden. Just 4 to shoot. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Harden's got 4 points in the quarter.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Now here's Livingston. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kicks it to Thompson. Over Gordon. And that one goes long. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Rockets lead by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got P.J. Tucker, Gordon out there with Kenneth Fareed. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Russell finds Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Like how intense Klay's playing right now. Gets all the way to the rim that time.
Houston in the lead. To the wing on the left. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Green with the rebound. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. There's Russell with the 3. It doesn't go for him. Thompson against Westbrook. Over Thompson. Here's Fareed. A stupendous finish in traffic.
And that's just really a stellar job by Fareed to come away with the rebound, tirelessly working for the offensive board.
Curry against Westbrook. Curry passes to Thompson. Elbow shot is on the way. And the wide open shot from Green. No good on the three. Rockets leading by 4. Kicks it out to Gordon. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage. And Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
And that one misses. And Gordon also the winner of the 2017 three-point shootout. His long-range proficiency a great fit on the Rockets.
You know, he's got that low set shot release, but man, he gets it off with great volume and one of the more prolific three-point shooters in our league.
Thompson against Westbrook. Over Thompson. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Pass to Looney. He's looking for Russell and finds him. And his offense just hasn't been there. The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Gordon against Curry. Out to Shumpert. 5 to shoot. From downtown. Offensive rebound. Fareed. Off on the layup.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And the dunk by Fareed.
And what a finish from Fareed, using his athleticism there to leap up as soon as he sees the ball lobbed in his direction.
Curry against Westbrook. Russell kicks it to Looney. On the wing, Thompson. And again, no good by Golden State.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Tipped away. On the wing, Shumpert. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game.
Shumpert doing a good job of getting his feet set and preparing himself for that shot.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Clint Capela.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. With them getting outshot from the perimeter, he told them, we have got to defend the three-point line. Those threes are destroying us. We'll see if they can tighten it up, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And this is why you like size in the backcourt. Russell taking the hit, yet still able to finish.
And Westbrook, here we go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Shooting for Houston, Russell Westbrook. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
So interesting with Russell Westbrook, never really touted or championed growing up, but if you go to UCLA, you have to be halfway decent, don't you, Kevin? 5'8" stick figure back in high school and came off the bench his freshman year at UCLA, and I just don't think anybody saw what was coming out of Russell Westbrook, but we're appreciating it now.
That one is no good. And you heard the story. Westbrook showed up for a basketball camp in Atlanta. His name wasn't on the list. Had to sit in the lobby for 4 hours before they let him in.
That story is hard to believe. Obviously not a blue chip recruit, and I don't think that Russell Westbrook ever thought about seeing himself in the NBA at any point. Was just hoping to get a scholarship. And that second season at UCLA opened up some eyes about just how athletic and explosive he could be. Here we are today.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Another shot, and Capela with the layup. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Curry against Westbrook from deep. Rebounded by Capela. Rockets leading by 9. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Green kicks to Capela. And some nice passing there by Houston. And the basket by Harden.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Rockets.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders. And on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Clint Capela.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
4 on the shot clock. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Thompson outside. Over Green. Thompson misses. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you very much with Kenneth Fareed. What was the key tonight?
Just keep attacking, keep playing strong, and my teammates that believe in me, just relock in and get focused and play my game.
Great team win tonight, Kenneth. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.